I want to talk about being fat. I want to talk about what nobody else wants to. I want you to respect me, not judge me. I want you to listen to me, not hear me. Because I want to tell you my story. So it all started when I was put on medication when I was 6. One of the side effects for it was that I had a never-ending appetite and I was always hungry. So I gained weight all throughout elementary and middle school. I actually hit 100 pounds at a time where that was absurd. And surprisingly, I wasn't ridiculed for my weight back then. My parents were probably the first ones that started to notice, although I don't think that their intention was ever to hurt me about it. I can actually remember a specific time in which I was in the kitchen and I was making some food after school. I'd had a really bad day, and when I'm stressed out, I eat. But my mom comes in, she looks at me, in that way, and she asks me if I was going to eat all of that, this plate of food. And I don't know what it was, but I just snapped. I started yelling, asking her why she was always on my case about what I was eating. And the thing is what I don't think she ever realized was that she and everybody else had made me hate myself. My friends would always joke about how they can throw up something after they've eaten it, joke about getting too fat or eating too much. And it's hard to listen to when you're the only one not eating and you're the one that purges after every meal. And nobody would ever think to realize that because you're not skinny. How could you ever be bulimic? It would never cross your mind. And then things just got progressively worse. Instead of my weight nagging me in the back of my head, it had become a serious problem. It became front and center in my life, and it was all I could think about. I couldn't focus on anything else, just hating myself and trying not to look in the mirror because I would be repulsed by what I saw. And I would go on the scale twice a day, once in the morning when I got up, and then before I went to sleep at night. And I was never happy with what I saw. There was no magical number in which I felt satisfied. And on one of those nights, when I looked down onto the scale, instead of looking at it and being unsatisfied, it was like my whole world came crumbling down. I ran out of the bathroom, and I ran down the stairs, and I went out onto the street. I didn't stop running. I didn't have anything in my head, and all I could feel was the cold, wet pavement slapping against my feet. And then I dropped to the ground, started crying, and I couldn't take it anymore. And so I sat out there, and I thought for a really long time. I went to therapy because I realized that I was at a point where I was done. I couldn't take it anymore. What I came to learn was that the only way I would be happy was if I found that within myself and to learn to love who I was. And that's all that I've ever wanted. All I've ever wanted was to be happy.